Hello there, YouTube. This is Sibbles and Bits back at it again with another Inkbound Daily. Today is the solo daily for September 11th, and we will be playing as Clairvoyant, going from Derelict Starship to Radiant Market and going up against Argoloth. Now, those two books are quite notable because they are books that will ask us to have a lot of AoE with their generic fights. So, being Clairvoyant is quite nice. Also notable here is that we have eager enemies. Last two waves of combat all spawn at once. This is generally good for Clairvoyant if we can manage to get our Spirit Bomb to a point where we can rely on it, because when there's a lot of enemies on screen at once, it's definitely much more efficient for us to use Spirit Bomb at that point, blow them all up, deal a ton of damage. Our run quest is deal damage, so we don't really have to worry about that. We have Devilish. Vaults now drop 2 random vestiges instead of offering a choice. Again, on average, this is much better for us than being able to choose. And we start with Wooloo's Bloodletter, which means that we're just basically going to take a lot of tick damage, quite possibly, as we ran into last time. It could be that the play is for us to purposefully take a lot of damage early on in the game to then get theoretical ability power that we use to actually clear through the early game easily, and then later we heal that up possibly, or just get more max health so that we're missing more by the time that we are at 50 health. It's definitely an interesting line that we're going to have to tread a bit. Anyways, and then, of course, going up against Argoloth, large AoE damage is definitely good. If we can get damage multipliers to offset the Tentacles DR, that definitely helps. Otherwise, we're going to want some form of shielding, or, again, a lot of frickin' HP, because the Tentacles like to plank you for just, tons of little hits. We have access to Blaze of Brigid. Burn more likely to show up on turn start. Inflict 2 burn stacks to the nearest enemy and 2 burn damage till the end of combat. After inflicting burn 40 times, double the damage bonus. I'm really not at all... last time I said that, it ended up kind of being a thing. I'm really not sure about that being a thing with Clairvoyant. Now, I'm certainly open to the fact that maybe burn could be good. We would have to get offered specific things for that to happen. Just kidding, not offered, just literally given. And they started out with a Whittling Mitts, which is going to add Frostbite. So this is the type of game that we're going to be in, huh? Huh. Okay. Whittling Mitts isn't bad. Silence Metronome isn't bad. Nearest enemy. So, certain enemies, if I can remember how they adjusted the AI here, we can just stand next to, put some free Frostbite, and smite them once. It does a little bit of damage. Now, I can honestly see Potent Spirit Bomb here, simply because, again, having Spirit Bomb do something, even if it's not at full charges, would be great. So, throwing one of those on there, I'm all about. But I don't know about spending another White Vestige on our skills. We will very likely want to try to remember to grab our first binding and then come back. Disintegrate is good. Give me a Quilling Cage. Ah! And then, of course, NPC nodes are notably better. Well, that one worked out. NPC nodes are notably better when you have this situation where you're dropping 2 vestiges out of them. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, so you're going to be burned. You're in Hazard Aura, right? Now you are. Oh, it's showing... It's so weird that it's not showing that you're in the hazard aura, but you are. Which is good. And then we're just going to go ahead and pulse here, and we technically don't need to, but we have a Super Spirit Bomb available with maximum charges. That's actually not true. Is it? Maybe. Anyways. Versus Argoloth, grabbing some movement is good. I just don't think that 10 is worth it when we are also being offered ability power. I also see the run trying to coerce us into actually grabbing burn damage. Thing is, too, is that this could solve Mimic for us, which is interesting, because we're going to give him 2 burn if he's the closest to us. And then we also get some burn damage. So if we also plant some... Basically, the odds of certain Mimic faces walking away from you are very little. Especially the Weaver. You almost know exactly where the Weaver is going to be every turn. The Magma Miner, generally speaking, wants to be on top of you. It's the Moss Cloak that's hard to stay next to because he's always trying to go to different parts of the field. So it's a boss where we can reliably make sure that they're the nearest target for our Brigades, our Whittling Mitts, and our, what am I trying to say? Our Silence Metronome. So I could see this actually being a viable option here. Otherwise, also Radiant Market, it's very easy to make sure that Captor is the closest enemy to you. So I may have been talking mad shit about Brigades, but it honestly could be our single target solution on a class that may or may not actually suffer in that regard. You know what? Yeah, we'll take that. We're not taking this yet. We are remembering that we want to go up here and grab this first. Because we are smart. Alright. Lightning Bolt gives us more AoE. We're Clairvoyant. I'm not sure that that's necessary. There are certain lines where the Lightning Bolt can be incredibly good. Not saying that it's not good for us simply because we already have AoE. It's just that, again, single target. Jinx is going to be much better for us, especially because it is aligned to magic, which we are already going into. Lightning Bolt is too, but... yeah, I don't know how else to explain it. It's just good for us. And then we go back. Unfortunately, Jinx's White Augs are utter trash. Yep, that one. We don't want that. Do we want to use Empowering Pulse or Extended Telekinesis for increased range? That could actually be very useful in Argoloth, now that I think about it. Because we are going to have to move our Shard Globe considerable distances in order to get from one set of tentacles to the next. Unless for whatever reason, like Jinx and our other binding just carry us. Highly unlikely. Yeah, we'll take Extended Telekinesis. It's not a bad option. I don't think that we want Binding Empowerments here. Again, that puts us in the RNG zone of possibly not making enough currency in order to actually successfully win the run. Some Sea Breaches are pretty good. Very few, though. But I'm looking at exactly where we're at here. We actually would not mind sacrificing HP for an Epic Vestige, because that would be pretty spicy, but totally worth it for us. I actually don't know if we'll have enough HP if we do that, though. Wait, no, it's 35 HP. It's 35 HP for an Epic Vestige, or there's another one where we can sacrifice the combination of gold and life, which we would absolutely take at this point. So this is actually looking quite nice, but I think I may want the stats. It's interesting. Also, I'm pretty sure that not everybody is doing this, but if everybody's watching this for, like, you know, an easy follow along, then taking you guys to a Sea Breach that isn't good could potentially, like, offset the whole entire rest of the seed. Unless you also take this path. But you know what? I think we're feeling spicy today. Why not? Look at that. We got a potion supply here. Create an epic vestige after 4 encounters. What would this be? This would be hard fight with Money Pot. It would be Mimic. Then it would be fight 1, fight 2. We would get a purple. Or we gain a stat boost now, which is kind of what we wanted before. You know what? Like I said, we're spicy. Take me to the Superior Vaults. Go on a fishing quest. Put my mind, body, and soul to the test. Now, I honestly don't know how we're going to deal with this combat here. Elemental Ale helps. I think we're going to want that for the Mimic. Disintegration Oil is pretty much how we're going to have to try to do this. Slamp Eggs. And you're not close enough? Are you serious, ma'am? Okay. Let's go ahead and do that. What is this doing? Quite considerable, but not enough. So let's, you're still in here. Is there any way to get the two of you? I don't think that magic pixel exists. Strange. Well, it's much more important that we get you. So then let's grab this. I want to grab that. Hit this again. This is pretty much gonna get you. You're in our damage aura. 250. Yeah. Because this is dealing 49. So this will kill the treasure pot. Technically speaking, we could have done this in the opposite order too then. And that probably would have been for the best. Alright, if everybody's spawning this way, I kind of want to be over hither, but still kind of in my aura. I don't know why. I'm hoping that they surround me. They kind of did, but in the wrong direction. This will get everybody in the group photo. Why are you not dying now? Are you not... You should be dying. Hold up. Nope, it's not damage aura, it's hazard aura. Okay. Well, there's our F8 for the day. Yes. I was pretty sure you were dying. You were trying to make me a liar. Now, this will kill this guy. This guy has more health. And then we can just, I'm actually a little bit concerned now. I need to be able to destroy you. This will deal 75. Hazard aura is currently dealing 75. So you should perish because we are not going to use Spirit Bomb. Understood. Okay. For a second there, I thought I mathed wrong. Whew! Gossamer Dream is great for us. Verdant Sprout is also kind of counterintuitive, honestly. Basically, Wooloo's does not exist. You can't convince me otherwise. Is it magic power here? I don't think that we really use crit chance. And 2 burn damage doesn't really do it for me when I could increase the damage of literally everything else. Shielding Aura is kinda huge. Is Shielding Aura huge? Helps us for Argoloth. There are some things that want us to be shielding. Otherwise, Potent Pulse would be quite good. Critical Jinx, maybe? Basically, if we get Aura Pulse, we're gonna have wanted Shielding Telekinesis. I think it's Potent Pulse. Increases our damage by about 33%. Incendiary? Grasp is also interesting for single target. Obviously, putting marked on the target is pretty potent for us. I think it might be Incendiary, and we're actually going to do that burn build. If the run is going where I think it's going, with giving us both a Frostbite and burn options, we literally don't care about any of this. Spike Vent is pretty interesting, though. We've already failed the option to become a pinball wizard, so inflicting shatter on stuff really doesn't do much for us when we don't have any physical skills. And I'm not going to reroll this. Okay. It's Weaver. Okay. Get crit. And then I honestly think that we just want to use a ton of skills on you. We're going to take quite a bit of damage. I think we're just alright with that now that we have Verdant Sprout. So we're basically walking here so that we can enable and we'll take 6 damage. You're in the Hazard Aura. We're about to get bonus Aura here. Might just... yeah, that's not really doing it for me. This is where Grass would have been good because, well, I guess this is almost getting you now. Maybe we don't care. We take this damage. Take this damage. That'll also boost Jinx for next turn. So then what we actually want to do is just deal it like a moderate amount of damage to you. Now we do want more slims. Yeah, I like that. You're on DR form. How could you have done this to us? We don't quite have the AoE to get all of you, because Magic Pixel doesn't exist. So I guess we're going to put this where it'll deal the most infrastructure. Then we'll put this up here, hit that, set up down here, kind of put ourselves as close to you as possible, leave that for next turn. There we go. And there we go. We do want to inflict some burn, though, which doesn't work if they die. So there's one stack of burn. Alright. Get destroyed. Alright. I don't like any of these. A Spirit Cannon isn't bad versus Argoloth, though. Again, we're going to have to move it. We can move it, and for one additional cost, make it deal, like, some significant damage. We just lose psionic charges, which is unfortunate. It's odd, but I'll take it. Oh, look at that. I've never grabbed that ever before. Destructive Spirit Bomb, give it some crit now? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. It might be Mighty Pulse, honestly. I think it's going to be Mighty Pulse. Lethal Jinx is also a notable option. But, we kind of want to save Jinx for single target, and Pulse actually being able to, like, kill stuff is kind of nice. The next best thing would be to get, what is it? Damage Aura. And we're just going to keep stacking magic power where we can. Doesn't make our burn better, but we haven't been offered anything for burn except for Burnacle Gauntlets. Alright, take me to the Heroic Vault. Guys, down in the comments, put a guess at what this Epic Vestige is going to do. My guess is that it's going to be Bone Calcifier. Oh, that's a lot of damage, actually. Any way that we could get you and... No, I didn't do... I wasn't smart enough. That's insane. What about now? Now won't reach. Okay. That'll do. Okay, hold up. Oh. That is juicy. Come on, man. Alright, fine. You're gonna die due to burn, but you're also damaging me, which I don't like. You're dead. I should have burned him first for Brigands. Whoops. Heavenly Eclipse is actually very good for us. Broken Rail, not so much. You don't really crit, he says, as he's offered crit. Inflict more stacks of burn. This isn't going to help us with Brigands, but it does help us with our single target. We just have to be careful about like exactly how much we're putting on this, because we also want to get a damage multiplier out of it. Prepared telekinesis isn't bad, being able to move our orb for free every turn so that it's actually in the location where we want it. I'm actually not at all against that. Otherwise, we could reroll here and try and get prepared pulse, but we haven't locked out any of our other options. That's not a guarantee. Dread Harvest. Look at that. I love it. Alright, where are we taking this? Another Sea Breach, just to prove how hard we are. Otherwise, we can go to the Binding Empowerment and just get a green Aug. Like, we don't necessarily have to spend money. Then again, hold up. I like on my turn gain 1 psionic charge. It allows us to get Hazard Aura up to full immediately. We're probably going to grab that. But what I'm trying to do here is I'm going to take a look at what the minimum that we will make in Book 2 and see if we can't at this point already afford to grab. You know what I'm trying to say. Hopefully. This Binding Empowerment here. So I'm going to edit this little part out, hopefully. Okay. So here's the deal. If we kill the Book 2 money pot, we will make at least 256 quillings, which means that it'll pay for itself plus 6, at which case we will be at 687. Then the Book 2 Guardian will give us at least 40, which will put us at 727. So we would still be at the mercy of collecting collectibles and having them roll high in order for us to make the rest of it. We are still in the RNG zone. However, that is a difference of 23, and we are talking if we roll the absolute lowest, which on the money pot is like a difference of 75. We're probably fine. It's really risky to risk this. There's damage aura. Okay. Take me to the heroic vault. I kind of need destructibles to make me feel better about my recent decisions. Okay. How are we dealing with life here? First things first. Hit that. Second things second. How far is this? We should be able to do that. This would only kill one. That would definitely kill you guys. We're going to take some damage. This is fine. You're going to die due to Hazard Aura. You're going to get mostly killed. He's only mostly dead. If he's completely dead, there's only one thing you can do. Sort his pockets for spare change. It's a little sad that we're not really going to be able to farm more out of this, but we might as well farm this. Unless... No, that won't do anything. That'll just actually get us less. So let's get these guys back here. Hazard Aura doing its job. Or Damage Aura. You know, it's probably not happy with me constantly getting its name wrong. And then moving here. Power slide down here. Grab this. Hit that. Damage Aura. Ow! Okay, so we have 2 turns to actually destroy all these people, so we're fine. I think what we might try to do is accept this damage from these bitey bats, which is quite spicy, I will admit. But the idea is that we should be able to farm them later for more dread stacks. No! And you guys just moved. I'm upset. Oh, the called shot. Bone calcifier. That's useless. Poison heart. Oh, man. Oh, we have damage. Aura Conduit of Hybridized is not bad. Infernal Cascade is okay. Mainly because the only way that we really inflict burn right now is through Incendiary. It's one means. Brigade also does something. Not really. Doubling our shield gain seems good, but I'll be honest with you, that's only really if we plan to clock out the tentacles, but that's not very good in dailies unless you have like a crap tons of thorn damage, which we obviously don't have. It might still be Infernal Cascade, but I'm thinking it's going to be Conduit of Hybridized, honestly. And we are now out of the RNG zone. All we have to do is kill the Book 2 Guardian, and we will be at 750. We could have slightly more, but it's not going to be at a point where it actually matters for anything. What do we want here? I'll be honest. Get rid of Wooloos. I guess we could technically get rid of Hammer of the Broken Rail, but I'm kind of hoping to get good stats. Speaking of good stats, these are not good stats. Grab an ability power, it affects everything. -1 will cost on Jinx is huge. Hexing Aura is huge. That's a damage multiplier that we can use to shred tentacles. It also helps us versus the elite fight. Like, this is a rough choice here. I think Hexing Aura is more important than having discounted Jinx. Generally speaking, we like using Jinx. It's really not an issue. Okay. This study here is going to give us blue vestiges. I'm okay with those blue vestiges. It also has a fish. Oozing jelly is great. That's more crit. Ringleader's hat, Ringleader's hat. Oh. And we didn't take Elira's. That would have been so freaking good. Alright. Oh, it's not 2 Ringleader's hat. There's a Frida's mistake. Okay. I'll tell you what, I actually appreciate that more than a silenced metronome, which is going to, like, screw stuff up for me. Ringleader's hat, I think, is better than Hammer of the Broken Rail. It's weird. Okay. The only thing that I would debate dropping here is maybe Heavenly Eclipse for Hammer of the Broken Rail. Anyways, it is time. I no longer have to be as close to you as possible, but I will be. Eh. We don't have to be in there. I don't know why I keep thinking that I gotta be in there. So I want to still be as close to you as possible. Okay. Kind of like you two guys right here. I'm just missing the kill. Okay. Don't think there's any way for us to avoid taking 10 damage here. Doesn't matter though. We could still be a pinball wizard. Psychokinesis just feels interesting. I don't know. And then if we could get -1 cost. Do I like that more than feeling incendiary? For fun? Yes. I do like that more. Okay. Okay, we now have to say goodbye to Wooloos. Sorry, guys. It had to be done. Okay. Are you really not causing that much damage? I'm a little upset, to be honest. We have conduit. That's still not gonna do it. I've been cheated. Come on, man. I don't even know how to feel about that. Well, it's gonna have to be enough. Okay. I actually probably want to stay towards the middle because the tuning stone is not going to come at me like these guys are. Okay, so if I pulse once, hit this. Okay, we're going to take some damage. There we go. Probably should have farmed a stack of Dread Harvest. I was too worried about getting out of that one. Carnival Candy is great. That's damage. Gossamer Dream, probably not going to happen, so we'll switch that with Controlled Explosives. And here, none of these are good. Heal me. I think Dreadful Jinx is going to save us here. Still, we got 9 stacks. That's pretty good. So, just checking everything. If we're able to make this within 5 turns, which I always have difficulties getting Argoloth in 5 turns, we don't take more than 10 damage. We got ourselves a perfect score. And we took a Sea Breach too. I was just clicking the shiny there. My apologies. That's a crit. That is a heck of a crit. Can I also... Oh my good lord. How do y'all like that? It's okay, I guess. Like... we don't accidentally want to kill a tentacle, though. This will fully shield us. We have an orb for next turn. That feels pretty good. And let's go. And we got hit. So Ringleader's Hat is going to give us an additional will. Okay, so why are we dealing so much freaking damage? Because of controlled explosives. So let's just destroy 2 of you. If I was to go up here, I would take very little damage. Okay, so I can go back here. Make sure to shield myself. Bop. I can come up here, get this, but I don't want to get that yet. I want to hit this. Not looking so great. Probably didn't think that one through. We have a critical jinx here. I think we want to save that for the last turn, possibly with these tentacles. So can we actually get Arloth to phase without hurting these tentacles right here? Highly unlikely. That's a huge ask. Because, I mean, like, I can definitely get him to phase, but it doesn't seem like that'd be worth it. When we got this much damage packing. Oh, we can do this. We can do this all right. That's actually not going to do this. Frick. Frick. Ah, I should have just used Spirit Cannon. I was getting greedy. Well, that's my hubris right there. Oh my good lord, if we miss it because of that, I'm going to be so upset. But I think we missed it because of that. 1 turn here, 1 turn here. 2 turns up here, 1 turn over. God dang it! All because I wanted to save a couple of action points. One turn penalty. No turns? Oh! I miscounted! The greatest miscount in the history of miscounts. Whew. You're doing much better than we thought then. Now it's time to see everybody else's perfect scores. Looking good up here. We got Dear Lord down at 7. Not actually. Not actually seeing a lot of playtesters up there though, which is odd. Even for the work week, they're usually on when I get here. Anyways, hopefully the run was enjoyable, or at least educational. If you have any comments whatsoever, be them questions, comments, concerns, misplay alerts, be sure to put that down in the comments below. And until next time, catch you guys around.